What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex. Today is Thursday. Yes, I got me a haircut. So I had a lot of people complaining about me getting a haircut. I got very, very lucky getting a haircut. Now, on this YouTube channel, there is going to be a sex game. I decided to do the video tonight. Why wait until tomorrow to do it? Because I want Friday and Saturday off. So when I get into Sunday's video will be completely different from this one. And plus, I'm going to make a public service announcement. And that public service announcement is we are running out of space on this channel. And when we run out of space on this channel, it's always my job to tell the men and women who watch my YouTube channel, the ones that subscribe and watch this on a consistent daily basis, that I have a brand new channel. And you've already seen it, where I actually use my real name, Alexander, but I call it Alexander Rockstar. That's Alexander is actually my real name, and a lot of people keep asking me my name every time they see me on the streets, whether I go to the Grove, whether I go to Beverly Hills, Century City. They always say, yo, what's your name? What's his name? So there's going to be a name change to the channel. Like, I know a lot of y'all are used to the name Sex Game, but I do have another video that's going to actually explain, that's going to actually 100% explain good and bad why the name's going to get changed. Some of it is because people keep whining and complaining about the name, and then the other half don't know my real name, but, we'll see what happens. If I run out of space, that probably might want to actually change the name, but that's not what you're here for. I'm here to talk about television and film, because after all, this is what this channel is for. It's about television and film. Now, this one is going to be, again, talking about some of the best women that are actresses in Hollywood filmmaking, but it's going to associate with a reward that we all know that's very familiar to us. The title of this video is going to be called Sex Game, the top 8 actresses that should get an Oscar in television and film. See, we've been talking about television and film for the past 4 months. Close to 5 months. We've been talking about our favorite movies, television shows. We talked about film producers, directors, writers, music composers, actresses, actors. We talked about different genres. We talked about genre pieces. But the one thing that I've never talked about on this YouTube channel when it comes to television and film is the rewards that actors and actresses get. Keep in mind, I do one video for women, I do one video for men. So if the men be saying, hey man, you did the women's video, where our video? Don't worry, I ain't forgot about the men. I do one video for men, I do one video for women. But just keep in mind, I am running out of space. I probably could drop maybe another 5 or 10 videos on here, maybe 20 more videos by the time we get to October. It'll probably be close to like maybe 30 videos, and somewhere around there I'll start running out of space very fast, very quick. And to prevent from running out of space, that's when I'll try to get you on to my new channel. Now, I know y'all be like, man, Alex, every time y'all run out of space, you make a new channel. Well, I don't want to abandon the channel, and then y'all be like, man, it's been 5 months, you ain't put no video on here, what's going on? So I have to tell you what's going on. Whether people like this channel or hate this channel, whether people like the content or people hate the content, they have a right to know what's going on with my channel. Because if they watch my channel in the near future, they're going to want to know if I'm under another name or the same name, and you have to tell them that. Most YouTubers, after they get well known, they eventually use their real name, because people keep saying, hey, that's what's his name on the street. Whether you like me or you hate me, you're going to want to know my name. That's the whole thing. And that's the whole point of this video now, isn't it? Because I got 8 names that are actresses, and when I say their names, you'll know why they should be worthy of getting this title. Now, coming in at number 8 is Letitia Wright. Sorry if I butchered her first name. She is an African-American actress. She did appear in one of those Ghana countries. And she appeared in this one high drama that I never saw. Don't spoil it for me. And we all know the blockbuster movie she was in. She was in Black Panther, and she played the baby sister of T'Challa, a.k.a. Black Panther. She played the baby sister. She was the one who advanced his suits and his technology, and she had a big role in that movie. She also got to be in Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, so she got to be in at least 3 movies. And there are going to be talks that she's going to eventually become the next one to pick up the mantle to become Black Panther. And to me, I do believe that this is an actress that by the time she turns 30, she will get her first Oscar. You know, at the Academy Awards, she will get an Oscar. She's won every other reward except for an Oscar. That's like the highest honor that you can get in the business of filmmaking. When it comes to television and film, that is the farthest you can get. That's like the best one. It's like Oscar is like the equivalent to winning a championship in sports. In the NBA, there's the Larry O'Brien basketball championship in the NBA finals. When it's professional football, when it's the NFL Super Bowl, they call it the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And it's the same thing in baseball. There's the World Series, there's the Soccer World Cup, there's championship in professional boxing, wrestling, mixed martial arts. And every sport there is a championship that shows that you're the best athlete. Well, in television and film, we have what they call Golden Globes. We have Academy Awards, Oscar nominations. Then we have a thing called Oscar. Oscar is like the highest level you can get. And I do believe before she turns 30, or maybe a little after 30, she's going to do that one movie that's going to defy her whole career as an actress, and she's going to win an Oscar. So you might want to watch her movies and support her because she's just getting better and better, and she's getting into the prime of her career. Black movies like Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Infinity War, Endgame, those are just the beginning of her career. Her career is going to take off, and we're going to see her reach heights that we didn't think was possible. Coming in at number 7 is Amy Adams. Yes, people are going to say Amy Adams. She was in Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman. She was in Justice League. Those are just 3 movies that she's known to be in. And she also was in American Hustle, if I'm not mistaken. I think she might have been in American Hustle. So she's been in movies where she should have won an Oscar. You know, she won Best Supporting Actress twice, but she's never actually won the big one. And when you've been in the game for like almost 2 decades and you've got a resume that's good and you can be on the big screen with big heavy hitters like Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, and you can hold your own with character with what's his name that plays Superman, Henry Cavill. When you can be on the big screen and handle yourself with people like Ben Affleck, you deserve an Oscar. It's the highest honor in television and film. Yes, she started off doing theater, then some television, and then into film, and basically she's a veteran at this point. And it just would be a tragedy not to include her name onto this list. She's a very talented actress. I watch a lot of her movies. A lot of those movies that be based on true stories, she do audition for those, and she do actually get the parts, and she do actually resemble those characters. She's good at being in those movies. You name the actor, she can hold her own with that person. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Margie Robbie. Sorry if I messed up the first and the last name. We all do know her by another name, Harley Quinn, don't we? We saw her in Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. We saw her in Focus, and those are just 3 movies of her that I've actually saw her act in. She's actually been in more movies than that, and some people felt that she already played a character that was based on a true story, and she got nominated, but she didn't win. I think she lost out to someone else. But I do believe that before she gets 40, I believe between her being in her 30s and before she gets 40, she probably might win maybe 1 or 2 Oscars. I do believe there's an Oscar with her name on it. It's just a matter of finding the right role, the right part, the right film. She's going to execute. She's going to give us the best performance we've ever seen. And yeah, she's good with Harley Quinn, but that one role, she hasn't found that one role yet to snag her an Oscar. See, there's good actresses, and then there's great actresses, and you got to understand the difference between a good actor, a great actor, good actress, and a great actress. They all sound the same, but they're all different. And to me, I do believe she's going to find that one role that's going to push her over the top. It's only a matter of time before she gets her an Oscar. With more work, with more dedication, more discipline, and with better roles come better opportunities. Being in Suicide Squad is just one franchise. She's going to be in multiple franchises, and she's going to blow us away. Coming in at number 5 is Gal Gadot. We all know her because she was in the Fast and Furious movies. That's kind of where she got to showcase her acting chops in action films. Then she blew up in the prime of her career with Wonder Woman. And Patty Jenkins is a phenomenal producer, writer, and director. And what did she did with the Gal Gadot? She took her acting range and made it widen to no matter who you put her on the big screen with, Gal Gadot will deliver big. When she popped up in Batman versus Superman, she got by far the biggest standing ovation, period. Like, people just said, forget about Batman and Superman, I'm focused on Wonder Woman. And then when she got her movie made as much money as Batman versus Superman and then surpassed it. Like, literally surpassed their movies. Like, Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman didn't even make as much money as close to what Wonder Woman made. And that was just one movie. And then for her to be in Justice League, and then for her to get a sequel, and then for her to appear in other movies in between those movies. She's another actress that you may not think is going to get an Oscar, but I do believe that same thing for her. It's only a matter of time before she gets that one role that will set her apart from everybody else. She has a marketable name. We know she's playing Wonder Woman, and that's enough to help her get into that conversation. Like, when you want to hear blockbuster movies, you get an actress or an actor, the movie's going to be good because of who's in it. She can be in the same class as Angelina Jolie and Scarlett Johansson. Coming in at number 4 is Lena Headey. Sorry if I mispronounced her last name. You should know who she is because she was in a television show called Game of Thrones that ran for 8 seasons. Now, say what you will about the ending, which I'm still upset by the way, because I can't believe how you could mess up the best television show. I still don't even understand how you could mess up the final season of Game of Thrones. I don't understand how you could have messed that up, but they did. And she was on that show for 8 seasons, and to me, she played a whole bunch of characters. Like, it's hard to watch one actress, and no matter what movie she's in. I've seen her in 300, where she played the wife of King Leonidas, opposite of Jerron Butler. She was in the highly anticipated sequel, 300 Rise of an Empire, so that was 2 movies. She was in the reboot to Dread, opposite Kyrie Irving. Not the basketball player, but there's a actor from New Zealand whose last name is like that. Those were just 3 movies. Then she got to be in a television show, Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, as the mother of John Connor. So she got to be in a barrage of movies and television shows. And what did that lead to? That led to her being in Game of Thrones. It literally led her to being in Game of Thrones. And to me, I'm amazed that she has a good resume. And after being in Hollywood for about 12 to 15 years, maybe more than that, she has not got an Oscar. I mean, yeah, she got nominated twice, but it's like, I guess she's going to have to do some more movies like Game of Thrones or another television show like Game of Thrones to convince them that she should get an Oscar. I mean, that's a talented actress. Some people don't think so, but it is what it is. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Emilia Clarke. Again, sorry if I butcher the whole entire name. This actress, you should know who this is. She was in Game of Thrones too. The princess that we saw in season 1, and then she played with the baby dragons, and then the baby dragons burned the village at the end of season 8. Spoiler alert. She was in there for 8 seasons. And to me, they could have made a television spinoff of her character having kids or grandkids to continue that storyline just with those characters. But I'm not a producer and I'm not a director of that show, so, they're not going to listen to me, obviously. But what I'm trying to tell you is that she should get an Oscar because she's one of the biggest reasons why people watch that television show. People would tune in just to see her fight. Like, her fighting scenes, they were real. Her acting was real. She was good being on the big screen. And the fact that she went from being this innocent girl to being this badass princess with badass dragons is like the best part of the show. It's why you call it Game of Thrones. It's why we tune in and watched for 8 years for 8 seasons. And it's like you could have got more if you would have taken season 8 and broke it into another installment. It would have been badass. Now her career is on fire. Sky's the limit for her because that launched her career. She's been in big blockbuster movies, and to me, you would have think that if you play a badass princess, you should get an Oscar. Apparently, these are people who will and eventually get an Oscar. All right, coming in at number 2 is Zendaya. I know a lot of y'all like, man, Alex, you must got a crush on Zendaya. You must like this Disney girl. Well, she's in the prime of her career. She's done 2 Spider-Man films. She has a modeling career, a singing career, and somewhere in the middle of that, whether it's television, film, or music, somewhere in those professions, she might snag an Oscar. I mean, if it ain't in film, it's going to be in television. If it's not in film and television, then it has to be in music because she has 3 different careers. And any one of those careers, she can get an Oscar. You can get an Oscar in television, you can get one in film, and then you can turn around and get one in music. She has 3 different occupations. And you got to put someone like this on the list because she's in the prime of her career, and I'm amazed that she hasn't got an Oscar yet. So I think by the time she turns 30, either before she turns 30 or a little after 30, she will eventually get an Oscar in one of those 3 professions. All right, coming in for the number 1 person that I strongly believe that after being in the game for 3 or 4 decades in film, television, that should have gotten an Oscar, in my opinion, should have gotten at least 2 or 3 Oscars. And that's African American actress Angela Bassett. She's been in so many films that I can't name them all off. When I name some of them, you know what I'm talking about. She's been in Waiting to Exhale. She was in the movie Green Lantern. She was in Black Panther. She was in the Tina Turner Story. She was in Notorious, where she played Christopher Waller's mother, the late great B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G. She played the mother. She was in that movie. She was in Jumping with the Broom. There's a whole bunch of movies with her in it. Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy. I'm naming off ones that I think y'all might actually know or heard of. But she's been in so many movies that you'd be amazed that it's been 3 or 4 decades. She's in her 60s and no Oscar. And to me, she should have won at least, if not 2 or 3 Oscars, she should have won at least 1 Oscar. I do believe at some point she's gonna finally win the big one to put on her resume. And I don't know if she has to write, produce, or direct a movie to get an Oscar. I don't know what, but it just seems a little bit disappointing to watch all her films, be a fan of all her work, and you don't get to win that prized possession that you graduated high school and college and television and filmmaking to get. I mean, there are some film producers, there are some film directors, there are some screenwriters who go their whole career never winning an Oscar, win everything else but never winning an Oscar. It's like playing professional sports. There are some professional basketball players, football players, baseball players who do everything right, follow the rules, play the system, kick ass, take names, and for whatever reasons, they never seem to win the big one. And I picked her as number 1 because she's by far the most talented actress. You've seen her in movies, television. She's a veteran actress. She's already teaching younger actresses how to become better at the craft of acting. And basically, she's good. And that's why she's popped up in these big blockbuster movies like Black Panther and continue to be in these big blockbuster movies. So these were my picks. I didn't want to make this video too long. It's Thursday night. So that way you guys can get back to paying your bills, washing your clothes, watching your favorite movies and television shows, and I can get out your hair because some of y'all like my content. That's great. That's fantastic. And until next time, peace.